Passage premiered in January, and it's on Monday nights at 9 Eastern Time, and it is hugely popular, starring in part this man, Mark Paul Gosselaar. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, sir.
You bet. So let's get into it. You were gamely putting on our Callaway Corner.
Yeah, that's the first time I've had a club in my hand for probably over a year now.
Because you have
multiple shoulder surgeries. So I had shoulder surgery after we filmed Pitch.
Where you played a catcher, right?
I played a catcher in 2016. Mm-hmm. Had left shoulder surgery and now just had right shoulder surgery at the beginning of this year.
So did Pitch, playing a catcher and
I'm not going to say it didn't.
And throwing, did that lead to your shoulder surgery?
I'm right-handed.
Okay.
But what really sort of made the situation worse was the constant batting and the torque from batting. And then there was a specific incident that happened on set that might have popped a tendon or
Can we bring that up? What do we got? I mean, what happened on set?
It was bad before, so this was just the icing on the cake. There was a
there's no OSHA suit or anything.
There is no suit.
Okay.
There's no.
We're not litigious here.
We're not litigious.
I'm just wondering.
No workers' comp. But I had slid into the dugout, and my elbow caught the ground, and I just kind of popped it up. But it was bad before then. I was on my way to the table before then, and this made it just a little more worse.
So you did your own catching stunts?
We do. I did all my. I could tell you in the pilot there was only one point where it wasn't me. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, throughout that run of that show, it was all me. And in the Passage, there's a really big stunt episode coming up this week, and it's all me. And I was working with a bum right shoulder during the filming.
So did anything happen in the Passage that caused you to go under the knife here as well?
No, I actually, we started filming in August, and in May, I had an injury from jiu-jitsu that I needed to have an MRI done. It was basically they said I needed surgery back in May, but because we were filming, I couldn't do it.
Jiu-jitsu. So that's what you do in your spare time?
That's what I do in my spare time, yeah.
So you could kick somebody's ass is what you're saying?
No.
Why would you say that?
Well, I have to say that, right? Because then if you say you can't kick anybody's ass and no one's going to ask you to kick their ass.
Right.
But if you say you can kick people's ass, then you're going to get people coming up to you, oh, you can kick my ass? Let's see you kick my ass.
So when, let me, and pardon me if I...
That's a great point.
Well, I'm just...
Right? That's a good point, right? If I walk around saying I can kick people's ass...
Right. Then you're going to get people challenging you. Right?
Then it's on.
Right.
So then I apologize in advance if I am besmirching. When you are healthy...
Yes.
And you're playing golf.
Yeah.
Do you also lie about your handicap?
Of course. Of course. Are you kidding me?
When
have you ever been to a charity golf event where your actual handicap is what you're playing with? You get I mean, come on, Rich.
I know you know how this works,
right?
And you want to pop. Yes. I understand that you want to do that, but you can't come out and say you're 12 and you're 12 handicap and then start birdieing right off the bat. You can't do that.
You can't?
Or you can. Or
I'm sorry. Think of the rules here.
I'm sorry. I meant you can. Now I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't just walk through the front door. You want to sneak around.
Listen. Whatever you have to do to win. I mean, you know how it is in the sports world.
I do like that.
Yeah. Whatever you have to do to win. I'm not above it.
You ain't cheating. You ain't trying.
See, that's your philosophy. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
But it's not cheating, right?
Right, you're just kind of manipulating.
You're finding loopholes.
Exactly.
These are all euphemisms
for
rule book. Cheating.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong.
So
that's a strong word.
Strong accusation.
I was fortunate enough to play in the Pro-Am last week here at Riviera.
How was that? Now, that you have to give your legitimate handicap.
Yeah, I did, which was 18. And because I don't.
Did you play as an 18 though?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. Because around hole 12, I'm like, man, it's it's tough getting around. I mean, just trying to get your body through. It's tough walking the course.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being very honest here. Okay, and I would follow up a birdie net eagle with a lost ball.
Sure.
So when I did that, I'm like kind of glad I'm my true self. But you at least admit that you have to play to your handicap when you do something like that.
When you're playing that event.
Of course.
But if you're playing like a charity event for...
Charity? What are you talking?
Come on. It's for charity.
All right. Mark Paul Gosselaar, who is admitting
There's free things there. We got to win.
That's true.
the best
Right?
stick in his bag is his pencil, his eraser right here on the Rich Eisen Show. So you doing the passage, you must have a bunch of people that are focusing on the details of your show to make sure that you are doing this the right way, correct?
You're looking at them.
That's you.
That's
So you read the books and you're like locked in and
I've read all the books.
Okay.
I went through tactical training, which was really cool. Didn't need to go through tactical training for the character, but I convinced the production that my character would be, because he was special forces and he worked for the FBI. So I'm like, he needs to go through tactical training. So I trained with a guy who trained John Wick, because I'm like, that guy would know some things. And trained, did weapons training with the guy who trained John Wick.
So you used your
Of course, again, it's all
production.
finding loopholes, Rich. This is life. This is how you make
You're
it work.
auditioning for John Wick 4, essentially.
That's what I told him. I said,
Yeah,
I'm going to use this in the future.
How long did it take you to get through the 800 pages?
Is it 800 pages? Because on my iPad, I bumped up the font. I'm getting a little older, so it was actually a lot more than that. So I tell people it's like a thousand page book.
Right.
I got through it pretty quick because it's a page turner. He leaves, much like our show, we leave every episode with you wanting more.
Sure.
So I got through it pretty quick. I actually got through all 3 books in probably 3 weeks.
Damn.
But again, I wasn't being a very good husband. I wasn't being a very good father. Kids were hungry and they didn't go to school that week.
That's odd. That's
It's okay
odd.
though.
They just.
It's okay because I was working.
I'm
It was all for the
reading
work.
the passage.
I'm reading the passage.
Go
yes.
make yourself a sandwich, right? I understand.
Yeah.
And the cast is great. Henry Ian Cusick, who fans from Lost know all about.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Shrieky, who's been here. She is a delightful.
She plays
individual,
my
great actress.
ex-wife.
Right.
And we find out why she became my ex in the next episode. A
Okay.
tragic incident that happened between us.
All right. I don't want to spoil anything for those who may not already know. And when we had Emmanuel here, and she's so nice. She is just so nice that Mike Del Tufo, our audio executive, came up with an idea. You want to tell Mark Paul what your idea was that you
First
bounced
date
off of?
on a helicopter ride to Catalina for dinner.
He wanted to offer up, not just to her, but to any, he thinks it's a great first date idea to take somebody on a helicopter ride to Catalina.
And she loved it. And these guys both got shut out.
What do you think of that idea?
They both got
Mark
shut
Paul?
out.
What do you think of that idea?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. It's just,
aggressive.
there's a lot of. It's pretty aggressive.
It's an aggressive play.
It is aggressive. I'm gonna take out the pretty aggressive. It is aggressive.
Totally aggressive.
It's aggressive and there's no out, right?
There is no out.
There is no out. Like, how do you get out of that? Now I'm in a helicopter with you, and then I'm on Catalina, which is an island. I can't run. So it's like there's too many.
Exactly. If you're just having a straight dinner as a first date,
Sure.
and
then you can check your watch.
Right,
You could go-
conversation's awkward. You gotta. You can go.
You can go.
Right.
Now it's like, let's fire up the thing because I got to get off this island. It's like you've imprisoned them. You're
right. So Emmanuel was just like, "What a great idea!"
She was so nice about it.
That's what I'm
She's
saying.
very
No,
nice about
She's
it.
gonna say that.
She's like, I think that's great. Like, if you
She was
are just gonna
legitimately-
just put it out there.
She liked the idea.
So you want to blindfold me and you want to put tape over my mouth and get me on a helicopter? This sounds amazing. It's like, nah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she's too nice.
She is.
And I think you're taking advantage of people who are too nice with the helicopter thing.
Mark
What's
Paul-
wrong with just going out for coffee or
Yeah.
going out for a nice little dinner?
Yeah, when you step it up like that, it is a little aggressive. Have you ever actually done that, or that's just an idea that you have?
That was an idea.
It's an idea, which is
I was thinking.
He's still conceptualizing.
I know. I don't know if that makes it even more creepy.
He's still workshopping it. Mark Paul Gosselaar here on the Rich Eisen Show. Can you hit the drop for celebrity true or false, please, here from Mark Paul Gosselaar? Please hit it. Thank you.
Celebrity true
Keeping it real.
or false?
We're playing a game. We're going to play a game, if you don't mind. We have some topics and some credits that you have been given online, and there's some other stories that we've read in articles. We just want to know if it's true or false.
Okay.
First up, first on-screen credit was Highway to Heaven when you were 12 years old. Is that a true story?
It could be a true story. I got to shoot an Uzi at 12 years old, which is pretty fun.
That does not sound like an Uzi is on the highway to heaven.
It was.
Are you conflating two different
this
things
is how
here?
dark this one gets too. I was a child of a Nazi family. And we were shooting a Uzi that I accidentally killed my father with.
In the Highway to Heaven?
And Highway to Heaven. Yeah, that's about all I remember.
That is the strangest episode of Highway to Heaven
Right?
that I can recall.
Yeah.
So Michael Landon, did you meet him and all that
I
business?
briefly met him.
I mean, we're talking legend right
Yeah,
there.
of course. And I remember him being super nice then, too.
Oh, that's cool. Next one. During the Saved by the Bell years, you would have to have your hair dyed every 2 weeks. Is that a
That
true
is
story?
absolutely true. Yeah, I'm surprised I still have hair now.
Why? I mean,
What do you mean why? That wasn't real.
Why do you have to have your hair dyed every 2 weeks?
Because I went in, we had over-dyed my hair for the audition process, and they liked that look. And so we had to keep that look for the rest of the 5-year run. My hair is this color. This is me.
Are you serious?
My mother's Indonesian. My father's Dutch. So I had blondish hair when I was young.
Right.
And then my mom would always put sun in my hair. You remember that stuff? That chemical. It's supposed to give you blonde highlights. You're supposed to go spray it in your hair and then go play outside.
That's right.
While it's being processed. It can't be good for you. I don't think they make it anymore.
That was like an 80s, early 90s thing.
Yeah, that was early 90s. That was like 70s, 80s for me.
Yeah. That's not on the highway to heaven either. It doesn't
Yeah,
sound
no.
like.
And so that for the look of Zach Morris, it had to be blonde.
Is
every
it
2
true your
weeks.
mom drove you to the set every day? Is that a true
That is
fact?
true. Yeah, that is true.
No kidding.
Yeah, she was a set mom.
A set mom.
Yeah.
How many did everyone have a set mom?
Everybody had a set mom.
No
And
kidding.
then they became our managers, which is what happens in Hollywood.
This happens here. Another one for you. You were accepted to Yale, but didn't attend because of Saved by the Bell, the college years. Is that true?
Absolutely false.
That is false.
That's absolutely false.
I even have an SAT score that you had.
Are you sure you're not mixing the character? Because I think the character.
Are you serious? Am I reading what happened to Zach
I think
Morris?
Zach Morris was accepted to Yale. I'm sure somebody in the audience can figure that one out, but that wasn't me.
So you did not get a 1502 on your SAT?
That's Zach Morris.
Okay, there we go.
Good. We did some sleuthing.
Oh my gosh.
no.
Last one for you. You won something called the Category 4-5 Sprint Championship event at the Encino Velodrome.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I actually, if anybody knows anything about cycling, but you start off as a Cat 5, and I moved up to a Cat 2, which is pretty much pro. Cat 1, 2 is pro, or they race with the pros in less than 2 years. So I was actually really good at cycling.
Did you ever think of like really getting into it?
No, I was too
professionally,
old. By the time I got into cycling, it was right around the time I was on NYPD Blue. So I was 30 when I got into it, and all I wanted to do was make it to the Masters so that I could race with guys my age.
Right.
Which Masters, I think at that point was 35 years old.
How was it on NYPD Blue?
The best.
Right.
The best. Working with Dennis Franz and then being protected by Stephen Bochco.
What do you mean him protected? How do you protect you?
Because
he's one of my favorite people of all time.
He
by the
is,
way.
right?
Yeah.
And that's why when you meet this guy, you realize that you're in a safe environment. He creates an environment that allows you to be creative, but he also makes you feel like he's got it under control. You just do your thing. I've got the rest worked out. And so that just creates an environment where you feel safe. You know you're getting great material to make you look really good. Honestly, it was like one of the best projects I've ever been a part of.
Dennis Franz, too.
Dennis Franz. I mean, here's a guy that when I got on the show, it was their 9th season. We ended up doing 12 seasons. But he had been nominated 9 times for an Emmy. I think he won 4 times. He still had the fire, the desire every day to show up to work and get the job done. I mean, he was one of the most genuine, loving, supportive actors you could ever work with, people you could ever work with.
I love that. And is it true you said the last line in the history of the series?
Did I really?
That's what I believe is what's
Is that
been
right?
That's the other celebrity.
That's a
true or
great
false.
trivia.
I love
I'll
answering
take
a
that.
celebrity true or false question with is that true?
I'll take that.
You know,
That's pretty cool.
it's an ingenious show, obviously, that lasted for so long for such a good reason, and obviously you were part of that too. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Like, come back when you're feeling good.
Let's go play some golf.
I would love to.
You sure you want to play with me now? Now that you know what
I do not trust
keep that
you.
pencil in my bag?
I do not trust you as far as I could throw you, sir. But I'm still willing to go out there.
Sounds good. Let's go play with those Callaway balls.
Check out, yeah, please. By the way, take some.
I'll
Take some.
I
You
will.
can. You are more than welcome to do that. I know you wanted
Do
to
you
treat
need all
our
those bags? That's what I'm.
You know what? The folks at Callaway sent us 5 golf bags.
Those are tour bags, by the way,
Those are
too.
real bags.
Those are real bags.
Yeah, I know. Some with the Rich Eisen Show logo on it.
Yeah.
Those are not yours to keep. But there are some golf balls that we're willing to give you. You want a putter? Take a putter. Take a putter. Take a putter, Mark Paul Gosselaar. It's on. I don't know who it's on. Take it.
It's on someone.
It's on someone. I don't know who it's on, but it's not me.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.